Hey there, it's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again. Today we're going to be doing an overview for a mod nation that we have. This is for the Gathering Storm. But if I'm not mistaken, this also, I think, as far as the regular nation go, I'll have to double check. I don't know if it's added with the vanilla Sprite overhaul mod. But yeah, this is one of the nations that were in that mod here. Qadesh, Ashes of Time. I probably butchered how to say that, but that's okay. I do like their flag. It's Ashdod's flag, kind of reworked. They still have the top scroll, and then the flag itself is changed. Instead of being like a tannish color, it's red and has some symbols on it, so that's pretty neat. Qadesh is a dry wasteland ruled by a few remaining Adites, giants of an earlier age. No rain falls on these endless dunes, and desert leaves any life form in a constant struggle for survival. Civilization is spread thin, with small settlements formed around the scarce water sources and roaming bands of nomads united in a loose federation. At the center of Qadesh lives the valley of Megiddo, the site of an ancient struggle between Abyssinians and Raphim, ancestors of the Capitorim. With the Adites exiled to the inhospitable land, an ancient presence has awoke, and the deserts seem to grow as if they have a will of their own. Long forgotten kings and warriors rise again to lead their descendants to a safe future and reclaim what has been taken from them. So we have a lot of different. So we have the Avim, the Kedatorum, the undead giants, waste survival, and they prefer heat scales. Military, lightly armored nomads, heavy and light infantry, and undead Raphim. Strong fire, earth, death, mediocre astral, low air for magic. Okay, not bad. Priest, mediocre, can temple train Anakites, and may spawn undead Avim in friendly territory. Cool. I want to see about that temple training there. Dominion temples reanimate fossils. Okay, we'll have to look into that. Building standard forts can build underwater forts. Okay, cool. Temples cost 600, so normally they cost 400, so this is additional 200 cost. And we have a very, not too many commanders, only 3 units here. We'll look at the sites first. We have the City of Ashes and Glass. So 1 earth, 1 death. We have the Valley of the Lost, 1 fire, 1 death. Then we have Qadesh Undead. This site is not available from the start, but might appear later on. And we see some Anakite, just different warriors, it looks like. All undead, so that's very interesting to see there. They all have fire resistance too, which is pretty nice. I do like that. They have an archer version. They have 21 protection. They have a swordsman version. And they have an Anakite Sacred. Ooh. That's scary. 25 hit points. 30 damage with that Anakite sword. 15 fire resistance instead of 10 or 5 on the last one. Pierce resistant. Cool. 24 protection. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's check out these units first off. Then we'll check out the commanders. Then we'll look at them in the game, and we'll kind of check out the spawn, how they spawn. I'm pretty sure I have a message I have to check about that. So at first we have the Adite Swordsman. Size 3, 24 hit points, 25 gold. They have a scimitar with 23 damage. These guys hit pretty hard. They remind me of Nabaz's Swordsman. They're a pretty good unit. I've used them before. The Nabab version. I've never used this version, but they look cool. Like, I would use them for sure. 15 protection's legit. Defense skills 13, not bad. Attack skill 11, not bad. Strength 16 is pretty good. They hit pretty hard. Yeah, pretty decent magical resistance. Good morale. I feel like they're cost pretty fairly here at 15 and 26 as far as resources and recruitment points go. The Adites are tribe giants originating from the lands of Hinnom. Most of them were ruled by Rephaim and have fled to the deserts, encountered the last of the Janoon, and formed an alliance after the expulsion of Nabah. Some of them have settled. Okay, so they are from Nabah. On the deserts, far superior humans, fortified cities, strong. Okay, cool. And then we have a light infantry, or like a spearman, javelin slash unit. Of course, Nabal had a unit like this as well. I like the little black and red colored scheme there. I do like that. It's pretty good if you want a javelin unit. They do hit pretty hard. The javelins do. And the length 16. I mean, that's not how far that javelin will throw. It's pretty good. I think the strength helps them on how far he can throw. I have 2 javelins, and then they have their spears after that. 19 pierce versus 23 slash. I guess it depends on what you're fighting. I mean, 19 damage anyway is going to go through a lot, and that pierce is just going to be, taking 20-25% off of the protection. But, I mean, 19 is going to go through most things anyway. And 23 is going to go through most things. So it really depends, I guess, if you want javelins or not. They do cost the same. The light infantry have a better defense skill. And then we have the archer here. A range 50 great bow, 21 damage per shot there. They are undisciplined. Oh, are the rest of them undisciplined? No. No? Interesting. Why are they undisciplined? Skirmishers. Interesting. I guess this kind of takes the place of like the Nabah archer, the little human-sized archer that they have. I remember them being undisciplined, or maybe that's Ubar's archer. I can't remember. Interesting to have them undisciplined. Okay. You'll have to work with that, work around that. So next we're going to look at the commanders. I feel like a lot of your other units are going to be undead. So you do have some human units, or some living units, but it looks like most of them will be around undead. So let's check out these commanders here. So we have this, just a normal commander here, 60 leadership, not bad, 65 gold. Okay, they have inspirational +1. Okay, that's pretty good. They're also stealthy. Very interesting. Are all the rest of them? No. No. Oh, but the archers are stealthy. Okay, so you have some stealth rating there if you want to go about that. I mean, those archers, they're pretty damn tough. I mean, sure, yeah, they have protection of 4 because they have robes and a headpiece, but I mean, they hit pretty damn hard. So, 24 hit points, not too bad. So next, I mean, just not a whole lot to say here about the commander. Next we have the Adite Sage, 65 gold, only takes 1 turn, 2 resources, 52 gold a year. So 7 research per turn. They can random fire, air, earth, or astral. They're fortune teller, okay. Let's see, we'll have to do the math on the rest of the mages, see what your best choice as far as research, like a research monkey. I assume this one, just because he's so cheap. His upkeep is not so much. Well, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for this. I mean, being a non-sacred unit here. Next, we have the Adite Murmurer. Okay, so 185 gold. Only takes 1 turn. Morale 10. Magic resistance 14. Let's see, what is his? 74 gold a year. Okay, so he's an Earth 1, Death 1, Holy 1. Sacred has 11 research per turn. And he can random fire, air, earth, or death, and then fire, air, earth, or death on a 10% chance. I mean, I could see a good bit of these guys being made. I mean, they do have your undead leadership, which you're going to need. They have decent regular leadership. Price is a little high, but that's to be expected with kind of giant mages like this. The ones that random Death 2 are going to be great. They're going to be able to cast Horde of Skeletons. The ones that random Earth 2 can do Summon Earth Power and then put buffs on guys. So you already have a good 50% of the guys that you're going to recruit here being useful in some sort of way in the army. Now, Earth Or no, now Earth, Air 1 and Fire 1, not as useful. I mean, yeah, sure, they're going to let you make different things as far as your availability. But as far as combat goes, having the Earth and Death randoms here, I think, will be better for either one. And yeah, you definitely see these guys brought into combat. Fire resistance. They're also fortune tellers. Okay. They also have a little bit of magical leadership too. They only had 5. So here we have the Raphite Spectre. Very cool ghost model we have here, holding well, maybe a stone tablet or something along those lines. Little floaty part. So 250 gold. It does take 2 turns to recruit. 18 magical leadership, morale of 15, leadership 45, magical leadership 5, undead leadership 7, D. Floating, spirit sight, heat 4, you have to keep that in mind. He is undead. Poison resistance, fire resistance, really high fire resistance. And a lot of your other troops have fire resistance, and a lot of your mages too. No, not that one. That one does. Fear 6, interesting. Sacred, so fire 1, death 1, and then chance to random 2 things. So, ooh, that's actually quite interesting. So, he's either going to be a fire 3, a fire 1, death 1, earth 2. He can either be a fire 1, death 1, astral 2, or it will be a earth 1, death 3, which is actually pretty good. Like Soul Vortex, and then earth 1 for other buffs. No, he wouldn't be earth. He'd be fire. Earth 1s can become thugs. Astral 2s are nice. That's going to let you do some stuff. Make you get at least astral 3. With making the skull cap. From there, you can use your other astral guys to enter into a communion. Having a death 3 is going to be very sweet. They can cast things like rigor mortis, darkness. Really good horde of skeleton casters there. Fire 3. You have a few things depending. I mean, I think a lot of your skeletons do have fire resistance, so maybe something like Firestorm later on in the game can be a goal. On top of that, Heat from Hell can be a goal. I assume that this is going to be a Heat 3 nation. So having high death and high heat is going to be pretty sweet because you can do things like rigor mortis and Heat from Hell. So that's going to be really good. And these mages here, I mean, they haven't come at 0. They are ghosts. The rest of your guys are going to be skeletons. So, I mean, you don't really have to worry about your encumbrance or your fatigue happening as far as the undead part of your army. So they're just going to be able to kill everything else that falls asleep. So that's pretty cool. I do think that can definitely be a strategy later on. Of course, that's more into the later stages of the game, mid to late game. So, yeah, really cool little ghost mage we got there. Next, we have the Cafetorite Necromancer. Can only be recruited in the capital. Oh, now the Spectre can be recruited anywhere. Ooh. Yeah, he can be recruited anywhere. Interesting. I think that makes him a lot better. So now we have the Cafetorite Necromancer. Can only be recruited in your capital. So he also takes 2 turns to recruit. 360 gold. Okay, so he's going to be, goodness, he's going to be a 6-path mage here. Already having Earth 1, Death 3. Ooh, okay. And then Priest level 2, and then 100% chance to random fire, earth, or death, and then 100% chance to random fire, air, or earth. Okay, so he's going to be Earth 4, or he's going to be at least maybe even Earth 3 if you get the right randoms, but maybe even a Death 4. Oh, man. Or he could be a Fire 2, Earth 1, Death 3. That is pretty good. Only 360 gold, 144 gold per year. Okay. I can get behind that. He's the Minion Monster Summoner. We'll have to check out what he does with that. And he's also the Temple Trainer. So I assume it's only these guys that's going to allow you to get Anakites from temples. That's what I assume here. And as I say this, let's go check what it says about. Hold on, hold on. Let's see. So there's a 2 times, so it happens twice a turn, I guess 2 times, and there's a 30% chance to spawn them from a forted temple regardless of dominion, and a higher chance in the cap. So every forted temple will have two 30% chances to spawn stuff for free spawn. Now, I don't know if that's free spawn or if that's on top of this Dominion. No, I guess that's just free spawn from the temples. Now, whatever this guy is a Dominion summoner of is going to be separate. And then this temple training is going to be separate as well. Okay, these guys, they are strong. These last two mages we looked at are really, really good. They look like they're going to be pretty fun to play. And then we have a Haran. Can only be recruited in your capital. There's a little fire boy here. Size 5, 410 gold, 2 turns to recruit, 35 hit points, 26 protection. Morale is 18. Under leadership is 140. Leadership is 50. He's Dominion Summoner. Spirit Sight, Heat 7. Fire Resistance 25. Pierce Resistance Fear. Research is 15. Holy 2. Death 2. Fire 2. And then has 100% chance to random fire. So you can get up to fire 3. You can get up death 3. Or have 1 earth or 1 astral. Okay. 1 earth, I mean, you're going to be able to do some thugging with them for sure. You have to be careful against scourges and whatnot. I think that's the mace that does 3 times damage to undead. Burning Blade, Flaming Fist, and Gore attack. Okay. Pretty cool. I like it. 26 protection. Zar has really, really high protection. That's probably just from natural protection, right? Yeah, his basic natural protection is both at 20. So any equipment is going to get him up real high. Cool. So let's go ahead and see if we have any pretenders. New pretenders here. We have a Malik. It's like an undead Anakite. It's ethereal. Kills pop, causes unrest. To be expected, but he's going to give you death and blood. Is there any other new ones? Of course, you have the like Nabah style desert pretenders here, and the same kind of ones as far as the stones. We'll just pick this one. This is fine. Well, we just want to go in and look. Yeah, we don't really care. We'll just go in for a minute and we'll check out these how these work here and what you get from your Dominion summoners and whatnot. Do you have any special spells? So you get Spectral Infantry, Mazik, Pride Lions, a Lilot, looks like a Seducer of some sort, Dirge of the Dead, Graphite Heroes Bound, okay. Banquet of the Dead, so it's going to give you a lot. Oh, you have Scapegoat, Serene. Oh, so this is going to be Blood Nation. Or at least you want to try to break into Blood. I know none of your mages have blood, but you might want to break into it. Revive King? Revive King, a special spell for you? Interesting. Okay. Sorry. Nothing there. Anything here? Nope. Okay, so you got a couple of unique spells too. You have some blood magic. You have some conjuration. Was there a thaumaturgy you want? No, there was not a thaumaturgy. There's some enchantments. So yeah, there's a couple of things there. That's nice. Let's just expand with you guys. So we have to make 360. I have to make one of you. Because you're a Dominion Monster Summoner and a Temple Trainer, so we'll definitely have to get you, and we'll have to get one of these as well, just to see. So that's gonna, well, we don't need to hurry. So what's your starting army look like? So you have some undead, okay, and you have the light infantry. Okay, actually the undead is actually pretty good, because you notice a lot of indies will have items that, or have weapons that deal pierce damage. So that's going to be a pretty good way of fighting a busy, of course, because what we read in the story. Like militias, they have spear. Archers, they have pierce. Wolf tribe, no, Wolf tribe have slash, I think. Militias do have pierce. Deer tribe have pierce. The archers do anyway. Okay, so we have a necromancer now. Can we? We can train in temple, yes. So we already have one swordsman been awakened. And I don't know if that's due to fire closest. Uh, due to just the temple itself, or probably just due to temple itself, because he wouldn't. We can move him somewhere else. We'll attack here into 21. Well, yeah, 21 has more resources. Pretty good overall. Of course, we didn't have a whole lot to fight, but it's still a really good fight. Training monsters. Okay, so we have a awakened Anakite. This is how you get Anakites. You have to make these necromancers and temple train them. I only assume you can get one a turn. We will find out here, though. We'll make another one, see if you can temple train more than one a turn. Oh, you have no undead leadership. Gotcha. Let's move right here. We only lost one swordsman. Do they have... Oh, okay, so daggers are pierced. So Wolf Tribe, um, they are kind of weak against these skeletal guys that you have just due to the fact of their weapons being pierced damage. Okay, so that's cool. We'll see. We'll have another guy come out next turn. We'll pick up all of our troops. So now we have two. Okay, so only one guy can train in a temple per turn. I probably should have known that. I think that's true for everybody. So you can only get one out of them per turn, but you would just have to build another temple somewhere else and then temple train them there. So every fort, you should probably move one of these necromancers just to get them temple training everyone. I haven't seen them. Let's move you out to see if that happens somewhere else. If you do actually get some units from just being in Dominion. No losses again. Very nice. So you don't have anything yet. Didn't get any undead that turn. Only the Anakite from the training. We do have. Fuck. We do have to build one of these fellas. These Haroon here. No losses again. Very sweet. Nothing yet. So this turn he it just went to his group because he had guys. But we did get a heavy archer, and they're at least they're not undisciplined. Okay. No losses again. Do very, very well against Wolf Tribe, apparently. Okay, so you still don't have anything. Do we just have to have a temple here for you to do it? That's a real question. So we got 2 this turn. Let's move you out and build a temple too. Just trying different things. Nothing yet. Do you have to build a fort? Oh, we just straight up train from there. Oh, so you did spawn somebody. Okay, so you will just spawn. That's interesting. Good. That's good, though. I don't know why you haven't spawned anyone. And why you have. I'll walk over there. Oh, how lucky we got a lab there, too. Maybe, see, maybe you are spawning. There's just we just missed a couple of chances there. It's not a very fast spawn, but you do have very tough troops. Yeah, very, very tough. Anakites are good. And I think you just have a higher chance if it's in a palace or a forted temple. So this one I think just came from the temple itself, and while the ones that are gained on these guys are ones that are dominion summoning. It's easily got 2 and then 3 more guys. Well, there's a temple there. So I wonder if these that spawn that I just put on him were from the temple. I thought he had one. I don't remember. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But yeah, that's you get a lot of sacreds that way. A lot of sacreds. So you'll want these guys in about every fort that you make, honestly. No reason not to have them. Well, eh. They are expensive, but it's just one that you'll need per fort. It'll take a while to build them up, but I mean, once you have them kind of built up, you should be able to get them to and from a new fort or already established fort at that point. But yeah, pretty cool little mechanics there. I feel like definitely early on you're going to be relying a whole lot on your human giant troops, not human, but just giant troops in general. I mean, we've generated a decent amount, or a decent amount of undead so far, but it just seems pretty slow. I'm sure once you have 5 or more forts, I'm sure it's a lot more. You'll start getting and collecting a lot more. But yeah, it's cool. I assume the more of these necromancers you have, the more they're dominion summoning along with these guys. Let's take 2 turns. It's probably a good thing that these guys are recruit anywhere versus recruiting a cap. I assume 11 versus. Yeah, these guys are probably going to be your research monkeys. And I mean, once you hit construction 6, I'm sure you're going to do a lot of fire searching since you do have pretty high fire. I mean, you could go into lightless lanterns. Hopefully, that's going to boost your research up pretty heavily. Search for Death 2 and Earth. Yeah, pretty high. You'll have high Earth, I bet. I don't know. So I think it's a low chance of getting Earth 3, but once you get Construction 4, you have Earth 3 pretty easily, and you can make Dwarven Hammers. You can also make Skull Mentors with your Death. I mean, there's different ways around. I mean, you can get pretty decent research out of that, just depending on how much you want to use. So yeah, really, really neat nation. I do really enjoy these kind of style of nations for sure. They're my favorite. I mean, I love Nabah. Ubar's cool. It's not my favorite. Ubar Nabah is my favorite. But just having the same kind of style here is really, really neat. I do enjoy that. They're pretty cool. I've played Ashdod before. I've played Hinnom before. I've never won a game with him, but I have played games with him. And I played one with Gath too, but I lost that one too. I lost all of them. But yeah, I need to practice with my giant nations, I guess. Have I ever won with a giant nation? Well, I've won with like half giants, being Nabab, but as far as full-on giants, I've never. I lost a game and played as Niflheim that once. We did good. It ended no one won, so I guess we never lost. But um, I lost as Ashdod when I played in the tournament. I lost as Hinnom once. I remember playing them, and then I think in the tournament before the first tournament, I played as Gath and I lost that one too. So yeah, that's my luck with playing nations like that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.